Hello and welcome to Inotech Academy, your one-stop destination for all things tech. I'm your guide, Tantre Adil, and today we're about to embark on an exciting journey into the world of JavaScript. But before we delve into the details, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll be part of our growing community and you won't miss out on any of our comprehensive tutorials designed to help you master the art of coding. Whether you're a beginner looking to dip your toes into coding, or a seasoned programmer seeking to expand your skill set, we've got something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join us as we unravel the secrets of JavaScript, the scripting language that's quietly shaping the web as we know it. Let's get started. Ever wondered how websites come alive with interactive elements? The secret lies in a powerful scripting language called JavaScript. This ubiquitous language is the backbone of modern web development. It's what makes your web experience interactive, dynamic, and responsive. From simple tasks like form validation to complex operations like game development, JavaScript is there, silently shaping the internet as we know it. But what makes JavaScript unique? Well, for starters, it's a client-side language. This means it runs directly in your browser, offering an immediate response to user actions. And it's not just about the functionality. JavaScript also plays a vital role in enhancing user experience, making web pages not just useful but enjoyable. This video is your window into the exciting world of JavaScript. We're going to provide a simple, comprehensive tutorial that'll help you understand how this language works and how to use it effectively. So, if you're ready to dive into the world of JavaScript, buckle up, because it's going to be an enlightening journey. Before we start coding, we need to understand the basic elements of JavaScript. So let's dive into it. JavaScript is built on simple yet powerful concepts that allow you to manipulate web pages and create dynamic content. The first of these concepts is variables. Think of variables as containers that store values. You can name them anything you like, as long as it adheres to certain rules. For instance, they can't start with a number, and they can't contain spaces or special characters except for the underscore and the $sign. Next up, we have data types. In JavaScript, we have 6 primitive data types: string, number, boolean, null, undefined, and symbol. Each of these data types has its own set of characteristics. For example, a string is a sequence of characters, a number can be any numeric value, and a boolean represents either true or false. The null type represents the absence of value, while undefined means a variable has been declared but not assigned a value. The symbol type is used to create unique identifiers. Now onto the operators. Operators in JavaScript are used to perform operations on variables and values. We have arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, just like in math. But we also have comparison operators like equals to, greater than, and less than, and logical operators like and, and not. Additionally, there are assignment operators to assign values to variables and string operators to manipulate strings. Don't worry if all this sounds overwhelming at first. With practice, these concepts will become second nature. By understanding these basic elements, variables, data types, and operators, you've taken your first steps into the world of JavaScript. But remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. JavaScript is a vast language with many more concepts to explore. With these basics under your belt, you're ready to start creating your own JavaScript code. So, get ready to dive deeper into the fascinating and dynamic world of JavaScript programming. Now that we know the basics, it's time to get our hands dirty and start coding. Dive right into the deep end of JavaScript by writing a simple piece of code. Let's aim to display a message on a web page. This is a fundamental task that showcases the power of JavaScript in manipulating web content. First, you'll want to open up your trusty text editor. This could be anything from Notepad to Sublime Text, or even an online platform like CodePen. Next, create a new HTML file. This will serve as the canvas for our JavaScript masterpiece. Now within this HTML file, let's create a script tag. The script tag tells the browser that we're about to write some JavaScript. It should look something like this. Everything that goes between these tags is our JavaScript code. Are you ready for your first line of JavaScript? Here it is. Document write. Hello world. This is the quintessential first step of many programmers' journeys. The document write part of the code is a method that writes a string of text to a document. In this case, the string is hello world. To see your creation come to life, save your HTML file and open it in a web browser. You should see your message, "Hello world," displayed on the web page. If you do, congratulations. You've just written and executed your first JavaScript code, but don't stop there. Experiment with it. Try changing the message or adding more lines of code. JavaScript is a versatile and powerful language, and there's so much more you can do with it. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't be afraid to make mistakes or to try different things. That's how we learn and grow as developers. Each line of code you write is a step forward in your journey. And there you have it. You've written your first JavaScript code, but this is just the beginning. Keep exploring, keep coding, and most importantly, keep having fun. Welcome to the exciting world of JavaScript. Now that you've gotten your feet wet with JavaScript, let's dive a bit deeper and explore functions and conditions. In the vast ocean of JavaScript, functions and conditions are the currents that guide your code, directing its flow and behavior. They are the tools that allow your code to make decisions, repeat actions, and encapsulate complex tasks into reusable pieces. Let's start with functions. Think of a function as a mini-program within your code. It's a set of instructions that performs a specific task. For instance, if you have a piece of code that calculates the square of a number, you can wrap this code in a function and reuse it whenever you need to perform this calculation. It's like creating your own custom tool in your JavaScript toolbox. Creating a function in JavaScript is straightforward. You start with the keyword function, followed by the name of your function. Then you add parentheses, which can include parameters, and then curly braces that enclose your function's code. It's like wrapping your code in a neat little package that you can call upon whenever you need it. Now let's move on to conditions. Conditions are the decision makers in your code. They allow your code to choose different paths based on certain criteria. It's like standing at a crossroads and choosing the path to take based on the weather. In JavaScript, you use if, else if, and else statements to create these conditions. The if statement checks a condition, and if it's true, the code within its curly braces is executed. The else if statement checks another condition if the first one is false. And finally, the else statement catches anything that doesn't meet the previous conditions. By combining functions and conditions, you can create more complex and dynamic code. For example, you can create a function that checks the weather and decides what outfit to wear. The possibilities are endless, limited only by your creativity and understanding of these concepts. By mastering functions and conditions, you've taken a significant step forward in your JavaScript journey. Loops and arrays are two powerful features of JavaScript that can help you write more efficient and effective code. Let's start with loops. Loops are a fundamental concept in programming that allow you to repeat a segment of code multiple times until a certain condition is met. Imagine you have a list of 1,000 names and you need to print each one. Without loops, you'd have to write 1,000 lines of code. With loops, just a few. There are several types of loops in JavaScript, including for, while, and do-while loops, each with their unique characteristics and use cases. Now let's move on to arrays. An array is a special type of variable that can hold multiple values at once. Think of it as a storage box with different compartments where each compartment can store a unique value. In JavaScript, arrays are dynamic, meaning they can change in size and hold any type of data, be it strings, numbers, or even other arrays. But how do loops and arrays interact? Well, that's where the magic happens. Using a loop, you can iterate over each element in an array and perform a certain operation. For example, you could use a for loop to add a certain value to each element in an array or to find a particular element. The possibilities are endless. The power of loops and arrays lies in their ability to handle large amounts of data with minimal code. They are the building blocks for many complex algorithms and data structures in JavaScript. Mastering them will not only make your code more efficient and readable, but also open up a world of possibilities for what you can do with your code. So keep practicing, try creating your own arrays and loops. Experiment with different types of loops and see how they can manipulate arrays. Remember, the best way to learn is by doing. With an understanding of loops and arrays, you're well on your way to becoming a proficient JavaScript coder. Congratulations on completing this introduction to JavaScript. You've taken your first steps into a larger world. We've journeyed together through the basics, writing your first code, working with functions and conditions, and even delving into loops and arrays. It's been quite an adventure, hasn't it? Now don't let the learning stop here. The world of JavaScript is vast and ever-evolving. Explore it. Dive deeper into each topic we've covered. Practice is your best teacher. Write more code, make mistakes, learn from them. Experiment with different functions, conditions, loops, and arrays. Also, there are plenty of resources available online. Seek out tutorials, join coding communities, participate in coding challenges. These activities will not only enhance your skills, but also connect you with like-minded individuals. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep coding, keep learning, and soon you'll be creating interactive websites with ease. Until next time, happy coding.